What's up, everybody? Welcome back to DethSquad Gaming. I'm Spiderpool, and today we're going to go through training day. We're going to go through tiers 13 and 14, and I'm going to show you how to 3-star both of those. So stick around and let's get to it. All right, guys, welcome back. So this morning, I went ahead and just recorded these earlier on my phone, so the aspect ratio is a little bit smaller there, but did want to go ahead and do a video on this. I was able to get through tiers 13 and 14 and 3-star those. I'm going to show you the tunes that I used and the strategy to get through that. So let's jump to it. So Hela, Black Bolt, Thanos, Ebony Maw, and Minerva. I got a pretty beefy cosmic team, as I imagine a lot of you do. But that is the team that I used and the placement. So let's go ahead and get to the battle. This one to me wasn't as hard, I think, as the ones I did yesterday. I think I did get close to losing Ebony Maw at one point, but here on this one, you got to defeat all the marked enemies to go ahead and win. And of course, starting off trying to knock out Strange so he doesn't flip all these buffs that I have, and try and get through this as painless as possible. When they put the marks on there, you kind of you can't just focus on them. If you do that, you're going to lose every single time, because the tunes surrounding those ones that are marked are just real good. So you have to make sure you pay attention to those, clear them off a little bit. Usually the ones that are marked aren't too dangerous. So again, this first wave, had Black Bolt on there, but pretty painless. So here I decide to go after her real quick, just knock her out completely. And then, definitely felt like I needed to go after, if I had to do this again, actually, I'd say take out Ghost Rider a little sooner, because that's where I almost failed. Just because I did Black Bolt's ultimate, took out a bunch of tunes, and then he just went off on me, and I almost lost. I think it was Ebony Maw on this one. You see, every time you take out one of his boys, he just comes right after you. So yeah, this is the part where I guess it was Black Bolt that almost got wrecked. So luckily that Minerva, and then everybody had bleeds, and then they just died. So not the end of the world there. So that one was pretty easy. Get those much needed training mats. So tier 14, I actually did the exact same team. Again, I'd recommend going that route as well. I think you could actually go full Black Order as well. So here, you got to take out the operators. This one was pretty, it had me sweating for a minute, and you'll see why, just because it got to a point where I couldn't get to the operators. Whether it was taunts or blinds, it just made it very difficult to get to. And then, having two symbiote Spider-Mans doing those back-to-backs of that special to extend the debuffs, so my blinds were extended a little bit longer than I would have liked. So again, you got these two on the corner who I should have gone after a little bit sooner. And Hella was clutch here. It would have been great to spread everything around there, but she had that blind. So make sure before you go and use that ult, check to see if Magneto's blind is still on there. I can't tell you how many times I've done that just in the past. When there's so many buffs and debuffs flying around, it's tough to see who it's actually on at times. So I think he's done the second one already. So I'm just trying to get him down as soon as possible. So I think once you hit 4, then that's game over. So Jugs pretty much spawns, does his taunt, and so I'm stuck behind him and not able to get to the target. Yeah, again, those symbiotes were a pain, just constantly doing what they do, but you had more important targets to get off the board first. Again, stuck behind that Drax taunt. Guy did his thing again, so 3 of 4 stages complete. This is where I started to panic a little bit. And this team didn't really have anyone that could, except for Black Bolt, to flip the buff. So finally, I was able to get rid of that taunt, and then tried to get to work as soon as possible. He didn't have a slow on him right there either, so just did what I could to rewind the turn meter as much as possible. And I knew I had all those bleeds on him, so if I could get him down just enough when his turn came, he was going to fall. But didn't come to that, luckily. I don't know why I didn't take Hella and hit Drax and spread all those debuffs. Would have been a little bit easier, I think, in the end, but so that's it on this one, guys. This one, 13 wasn't too bad. 14 was a little more difficult. Oh, spoke too soon. Still got 2 guys here. So those, and again, right there, I probably should have, used Hella's ult to spread the slows, but I think I had it under control at that point. But that's what I would recommend. If you're struggling, just make sure you're keeping those slows on as many tunes as possible so you can get your turns in before those guys get theirs off. So, but able to 3-star. So looking good for some ability mats going forward. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the channel, and as always, take care.